It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll have a rematch of Super Bowl IV. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Prime Time.
It is a beautiful night for football here in the Midwest as we are at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Arrowhead. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Right to the air is Mahomes.
Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, we got to pause here for an injured player, and as you can see, that's Patrick Mahomes right now who's in some discomfort, and everybody kind of holding their breath.
And get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly what. And when they get open, he delivers.
Following the interception, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to K.J. Osborne.
Touchdown!
K.J. Osborne.
31 yards.
And the Vikings are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Now, the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. Big strides. Look at him go.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 76 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that.
And oh, it's blocked. The Vikings have got it, but he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's early, but teams are always looking for any edge they can get, not just on the scoreboard, but in the other team's head. And that block right there, game's supposed to be tied. Instead, they still hold the advantage.
Yeah, so much for tying it up at 7, and now we'll see if that changes the complexion of what they do moving forward.
Now you start pulling out that little chart that coaches have about when to go for 2, when do you kick the extra point, all of those things. Do you start chasing points early, or do you try and hold on and make them up later?
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
68 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive, with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me. Game when I was 8, I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody...
It got his man complete. A big play there for KC. 42 yards. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kadarius Toney,
38 yards.
and within a couple of the lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He is out of bounds inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, here's Cousins.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much
much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. Jordan Addison, 34 yards. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passes.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room.
There he goes, right side. He may go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jarek McKinnon, 69 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Ty Chandler now to return it.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
This for a turn of events. They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
What a swing in a short amount of time because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
They're in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Kadarius Toney
With his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. Being chased out left. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
successful two-point try. The QB rolling out, I would imagine, on the defense, that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. First down, here's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And now off to the races down the right side. Justin Jefferson, touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Richie James. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs.
On the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just...
And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Cousins on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing is Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Final play of the Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And we now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Still going past the 30. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Vikings have retaken a third quarter lead. Cousins will try and throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, this has not been going the way that he thought prior to the game. Probably figured he'd be able to throw a few more downfield, but he's having to run around for his life back there. They've already gotten to him a number of times. They'll keep coming after him in the pass.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off. That's exactly what they did.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Tank ready, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They go play action. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings add 6 to their lead.
the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Mahomes going to throw.
This ball deep for Tony.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman.
And Hardman's going to pick up a Chiefs first down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. For the 2-point round game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.